Welcome back to the Dota Radio Morning Show, the internet radio. Oh, God, fucking Christ. I already screwed up the intro. I can't handle it, guys. Welcome back to the Dota Radio Morning Show, post-MLG. It is Wednesday, November 27th. I didn't update the date in the little corner. Oh, my God. It's a disaster already, guys. It's going to be one hell of an episode. We hopefully have Mark Fernandez lined up, the guest we had on episode number 2. Hopefully joining us to talk about some of the drama surrounding Speed Gaming, his presence as manager, and all that good stuff. We're going to talk about pretty much everything MLG related today. Remember, you can always write into us, morning show at dotaradio.com, and make sure you check out the portal, dotaradio.com/morningshow. So, first things first, we're back with the usual suspects here, Charlie, myself, and Hippie. Fellas, what's the good word on this fine morning?
The good words are hashtag ham and dodge.
The good word is all glory to Iisama, obviously.
Yeah.
Those, oh my god, I can't express how incredible the entire weekend was. I know we'll talk about it more later, but I just have to get that out there.
It was a great weekend indeed. Of course, Hippie did tertiary stream coverage with Clairvoyance. We're going to get his account. Charlie was at the event, keeping Speed Gaming alive, keeping them going, and of course, they did take the event, so we're going to talk about that in a little more detail. Administrative stuff first. Yesterday, I was casting Star Ladder with Hippie on the BTS channel, and a lot of folks have been curious as to what that means. Are we working for BTS? What's going on with that? No. The answer is no. We're not officially BTF staffers. Yesterday, we were basically just filling in. The 4 BTS casters were all getting some much-needed rest following their coverage of MLG Columbus. So we were happy to step in and take over the stream yesterday. I will be casting again today on the Star Ladder stream with Merlini, and then there's going to be a 4-day break, and you know, we'll see what's happening after that. So I'll keep you guys apprised. Again, hopefully Mark is going to be joining us. We had him confirmed, and then I got a message from him late last night saying he couldn't make it, and then this morning he said, well, maybe I can make it. We have a straw poll going about whether or not he will actually show up. Fingers crossed. We have a lot of good questions. Charlie's going to put on his journalist cap, and he's going to dig to the bottom of what's really happening here. Other thing as well, today we're going to be wrapping up a little bit early because I do have to make it for Star Ladder, which starts promptly at 11. So we'll be wrapping at least by 9:45, 9:50, something like that. So, all right, let's get straight into it, fellas. First topic of discussion. Speed Gaming wins MLG Columbus after their 0-3 start. That's right, on Friday night, they started their first 3 games 0-3. Lost every single one. It was looking very grim. Nearly everyone counted them out. And they did a 7-game streak victory, dropping only one single match in the best-of-3 finals. Until that, they were undefeated all through Saturday and all through Sunday. And, of course, they did end up taking out DK 2-1 in the MLG finals. Charlie, give us your account a little bit, buddy. Start from the beginning, I suppose, with the travel madness that began many days before Friday.
Okay, so,
Oh, wait. Mark is here, so just saying.
Oh, shit.
But go on.
Oh
We're going to bring him on in a little bit.
With myself now.
We're going to bring him on in a little bit, but Charlie, you can start it off.
Okay. Oh my god. It's happening. Okay, anyways. So the guys, Sing Sing and, Pala Dai got stuck at the airport, in Philadelphia. They got put on standby flights, and, so they couldn't make it, they couldn't make their regular flight, so, they got stuck there. There weren't any flights to Columbus until the morning after. And I told them to try and take a Greyhound. But unfortunately, the Greyhound from Philadelphia to Columbus takes like 11 hours. So what ended up happening is they took a flight from Philadelphia to Cleveland, and then they went from Cleveland and they took a Greyhound from Cleveland to Columbus, and they made it to MLG, to the hotel at like 8 a.m. in the morning, the day they were supposed to play. So they got, pretty shitty sleep the day before, and then they slept from like 8 to about like 2. and then they went to the venue, and then they got ready to play, and then that was basically the first day.
Yeah. So
Which obviously didn't go as well.
yeah, it was a rough day, and it was pretty obvious as well. I mean, you saw Sing Sing playing Mirana, not the classic Sing Sing. His strategy of shoot arrow, land arrow was not happening. He was shooting arrow, missing arrow, and you could just tell. You look at Sing, and he just had that kind of zombie look on his face, just like, I don't want to be here anymore. So that was really unfortunate. But Saturday, man, they came to win. They really did the impossible in the round robin, doing a 5-game sweep, and then taking the semis like we were talking about. So. Mark is on a tight schedule. We were going to do an introduction and bring him on in the second half, but I think we need to do this early because he's on a tight schedule. Everyone cool with that? Everyone kosher?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's do this thing. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey.
Hello. How are you, sir?
Hey. I'm good. It's a little noisy because there are people cleaning outside, so I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, no, you sound good. Don't hear it at all.
Okay.
So, all right, we've got a whole mountain of things we have to tackle here.
Okay.
I don't know where we want to start. Charlie, where do you want to start? I'll let you take point on this.
All right. I guess I kind of wanted to start with how do you see, yourself, and how do you see...
How do I see myself?
No, well, okay, how do you see, what do you see the role that you're supposed to be doing in Speed? Like, what is the role of the CEO,
Okay.
manager?
Okay, Charlie, first of all, we met in Korea, and you were there when we were having the interview with the guy for Team Liquid, I think, and I've been clear that I'm not the manager. You were there, people knows, so nothing to do with being a manager.
So what's your role as the managing director?
Okay, my role here is to take the investment of the project and make it grow. As in any company, when you work and you get some group of investors or even an incubator, I'm sure you're familiar with that. They inject money. Well, that's even bigger because we're talking about millions when you go to that kind of company. Then they put the direction, and your main role is to make it grow, right? No matter what happens, no matter which people is working, your main role is to get back over the investment, ROI, return over the investment. That's my job. That's what I do.
Okay, and so everything that encompasses growing the company, everything that involves taking care of the company, that all follows under your job description, right?
Well, actually, let me explain this to you. That my real job is not this. This is more like a hobby. Okay, I work for a company full time. I have other business part time. A few things going on. But when we go to esports and gaming, this is pretty much my hobby. Okay. However, I'm the one who pretty much meet most of the investors. I'm the person who talks to them and get the deals going. And yeah, I mean, that will be kind of my job when it comes to speed
so
gaming.
you treated this like a hobby.
It is a hobby, actually, because I kind of compare making a job with example. In order for me to quit my job and commit myself into this full time, I'll need to be making at least 150 a year.
Okay.
Okay.
So
until you don't get to that point, listen. Until you don't get to the point, and until you're the one investing as well money and time, you cannot tell it's a full-time job.
Okay.
Okay.
When Weir paid you, I guess enough for when Weir gave you the money for, I guess, the computers and
okay, you gave me money for computers.
And the house and the salaries for the players, and just like the lump sum that he gave you, that was money for a hobby, correct?
Who gave me? I mean, no. Let me put this clear to you. When you invest into something, okay? When you invest into something, what do you do? I mean, what's your main goal when you're investing in something?
Okay, that's not answering my question though.
No, but you're telling me you gave me the money. So if you're giving me the money, an example, if I'm receiving the money from you, what is the goal of you investing your money?
The goal is to get your money back, right?
Okay, plus what? Just get your money back, or with something
Well,
else?
and to get a return on investment. Yes, I know.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, so okay.
I mean, I think that
Okay.
makes it makes clear sense, isn't it?
Right, right. We've already gone over this. Yes, yes. The
Okay.
point of an investment is to get your money back and to grow the company and to get more money back. But that's not answering my question.
Okay. Which question?
The question is that, so when Weir gave you this money,
Mhm.
I mean, when Weir made this investment and he entrusted these players in this company and his investment to you.
Wait. He didn't invest any players. He didn't entrust any players to me. When an investor comes to me, what they entrust to me is their money. Okay.
Right,
When
right,
somebody
right. But he gave
invests
you
something
this.
into you,
But he gave you this money so that you could get players, so you could get a company, so to
what?
get the return on investment.
I
Like
think.
he
I
gave
think.
you 6 computers, and he
Oh,
gave you the
really?
money for a game house. So
Really?
I mean, what did he? What would anybody logically expect you to do with that? To get players to put in a professional house so that you could grow a professional esports brand to get a return on investment on that.
Okay.
So I don't understand what what you mean
Charlie,
by.
first of all, you're very misinformed, okay? Because you're talking only about one person, which is Where, okay? Before everything started with speed gaming, we had no idea what was about getting players from abroad into China, what was the procedure, which players were available, and I've been very clear, and many players can confirm this. He wanted me to get, at least for the Dota 2 team, because this is a big project. You think the project is only focused in one game? Do you think the project is only focused in one gaming house? Do you think the project is only focused into one
Okay, that's
category?
totally
No, it's a
irrelevant.
huge thing. Okay, now let me explain to you because you're misinformed here. Okay, so I'm trying to put things clear so there's no more misunderstanding between anything. Okay, when I met Ware, what he wanted, he had an idea first of all because Ware was a pissed about Jet leaving his project. Okay, you can call that leaving Rattlesnake because many reasons. But I'm being clear, and Jet can confirm this. He was offered salary, he was offered everything, and at the end, Ware pretty much screw him. Okay, that's what
Okay,
happened.
but we're not talking about where.
No. I'm trying to explain to you so you don't get misinformed. Okay, then I had a plan, I had a project that was going on. This is not a project that I came to where and I say, hey, I need you to invest the money because he's not the only person. There are many people involved into the investment, okay, into the project. All these
Okay,
people put
there's.
money together. Listen, everyone puts money together to get the project going. Then what Ware wanted was a Dota 2 team on the project for himself. He wanted to get a Dota 2 team. I said, fine, that could be work. We can work on that because our main project it's a huge project. It's not just focusing one thing. That's what I made it clear. Then you say he put the money into the gaming house. Sorry, that's wrong. There are many people. It's not just him. Even myself, I invest money, and the gaming house is here. Okay, the gaming house is in DC, Washington DC. You can come, you can visit your. We. I think I explained this last time I spoke with. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Many people invested money in this, and the money was given to you as a caretaker for this, right? So I mean, my point is that you say this is a hobby, but this is grown pretty much beyond the scale of a hobby when people are entrusting you with money, when players are entrusting you with, I guess, their brand and their tournament lives, their professional careers. So
Okay.
I mean, I think this is. I mean, you say this might be a hobby for you, but I don't think you can really treat it like just a hobby.
Okay, I'm not just treating it as a hobby. Maybe my bad. Okay, I apologize. It's not just a hobby. It's more than a hobby. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Also, I mean,
Okay. Well, and then I guess generally, let's clear a lot of things up, and let's just go down through the timeline. Let's start with Korea. All right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right. So when we were in Korea, one of the big points of concerns was that you were never with your players.
Okay, you know the reason?
Well, you left them to fend on their own and when
on their own
doing shit. I mean,
listen, Charlie. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, when I went to Korea, I went to meet the players because before committing to something bigger, I need to meet the person with whom I'm doing business. I need
Sure.
to see who they are. I need to make sure I can trust them. and so on. So the main goal for me going to Korea was just to meet the players, because every day I spent in Korea, I lost around $250 to $300 per day on my work. Nobody pays me back for that. That's my own lose on that time, okay? So the only reason I went to Korea was to meet them. And then the reason I tried to be busy was because Eternal Envy, Jackie Mao, and his friend Awi, when we had that talk into the room, they both were very disrespectful. And I tried to be busy because I do have a bad temper. And there is when the issue about I threatened them that people say came about. Okay.
Okay. So
I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to hurt people, and I didn't want to hurt myself. So I tried to be busy to avoid issues, because I told them very clearly, I'm not the same age as you. And if you disrespect me, well, maybe it's my own issue because I have a bad temper. Maybe it's because my family being into the military career for a long time, and we've been deployed every 2-3 years. And most of the time being in Latin America, being in Brazil, and different things. And if somebody disrespects you the way I've been disrespected, dude, sorry, but there's nobody who can save you in those places. Even you call the police, nobody will save you. The only time, I got in trouble because my temper was in the U.S. actually, because I went to jail.
Okay.
But listen, so in order to avoid the same thing happening again with my temper, I try to be busy. Okay, I told this clearly to Jackie Mao that he's just a kid, a spoiled kid, who's arrogant and cocky, and sadly, I don't like to work with that kind of people. That's the reason I went to Korea, to meet the people and see how they behave, who they are. As for Bone 7, Sin Sin, Paladite, dude, I will recommend them to anyone. I'll say these guys are great.
Okay, so how did
Jackie
and Curtis disrespect you?
Okay, we had an issue. It was actually on Dignita's game, I think. After the lose, where was sending me text messages saying, by QQ, not text messages, saying how it's possible to do so well. I shared this with them, and they thought it was coming from me. Okay, and they took it the wrong way. And Jackie Mao came and he pointed me with his finger in my face, saying, "We're not what you think. We try hard." Something I really don't remember, but he was shouting in my face. And when they both left, they shut the door into my face. For me, that's very disrespectful. Okay, first of all, and I won't allow that. And when you do business, the people who work with you should respect you. You know that.
So now here I feel like you're leaving a lot of things out, because up until the point where we played, and up until the point where I heard all these things, a lot of other things happened.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm gonna go through my timeline, right? And then of what I know that happened, and then you correct me.
Okay.
Or you make any comments, all right? Mm-hmm. So we get to Korea, and when I was there, I went up to the first day and I saw the rest of the guys. I saw the speed gaming guys, and for the most part, it seemed like you were never there from the beginning, before they lost to us, before anything happened. And it seemed like you had, I guess, no interest in being there with the team, and I understand that maybe you feel like you tried to be busy, that you didn't want any confrontation, but this is before anything happened. Okay. Before.
How many days was that? Which day did we arrive? What day? Because
I arrived 2 days. The night and a day before we played. Okay. And during
the only time before the match we had in Korea was around a day and a half. Okay. The first half, I'm sleepy, and I was a bit sick actually because of the changing everything. So the first day, you can't even count it because people is adapting to the new time zone and everything. And I fly back and forth a lot between Asia and US. So my timing as well is my metabolism. I need to rest. Okay. So the first day I was pretty much in bed. I didn't leave the room and so on. The second day they left. Jackie Mao had he likes to get up early and he just disappear. So I cannot do anything. Okay. He just wakes up and he's gone.
He went to. Do you know what he was doing?
How many? He went to exactly.
He went to go find a PC cafe, which you should have been doing.
Did I know which PC cafe? When I asked him,
did you?
No, listen. Okay, you have to learn to listen, dude. Okay, when somebody talks to you, you listen, and when you talk, I will listen.
I am sorry. You are older than me. I should listen.
No, you should listen because that's part of respect. That's why.
Right, because you're older than me. I apologize.
No, I'm not saying about the age. I'm saying it's because about respect. That's the thing. I mean, when we come to esports, most people is young, and I cannot be teaching everyone about their manners they're supposed to be learning at home. You get that? It's about respect. When you do business with somebody, you should be able to respect and give respect. Example, if you go to a meeting, are you going to behave that way? Are you going to let somebody else, cut the person? Am I wrong? I mean, you're laughing like you think I'm joking. Now, I even read the comment like I was trying to define Dutch for me. Sorry, my English is not good. I have an accent. But am I trying to judge something here? Sorry. Then I even say this.
I mean, I'm
sorry.
just trying to get down. I'm
trying to be clear in everything. Okay.
Okay. So
the first 2 days before the match of Dignitas, okay, I was not used to the time zone. And the second day.
All right. So the second day. So the second day. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess at that point you're still not there with your team.
Oh really?
Well, and then I hear things like that you took each of the players aside, right? And you asked them, would you still play with the team if we kick somebody? And who do you think is the weakest link?
That's wrong.
Like you asked them
the day I asked them, it was 2 days or between a day and a half after the match of Dignitas. You can ask them.
Okay.
It was not before, it was after. And I talked to them. I didn't just ask them if they will stay. I asked many questions. Say, how do you feel about the whole thing going? That was the first question. Second question was, how do you feel about the contract? Do you think the contract is fair or not? I asked them, what about the salary? Do you feel the salary is good or not? I asked everything. I think I even asked, if we have to change a player, will you stay or leave? Because as I told you, I went there pretty much to meet the people.
But why would you ask these players? Like,
because have you no.
Well, why would you ask them that? Like, if you spent any time with them at all, even a day, you would realize that this is a really tight-knit team. They're good because every single one of them, all 5 of them, work really well together.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
I'm not denying.
And if you had spent any time with them or talked to them or listened to their Skype or their TeamSpeak when they scrim, that's something that anybody would have picked up on immediately. So when you ask them this, like you inject immediate distrust into the team between the players and between you.
I'm sorry.
So I don't understand I don't understand your motivation for asking them this.
I asked them not just one specific question, as many questions, which is part of.
Right. But why did you ask them that specific question?
Because I asked this in my company. When I hire somebody or when I fire somebody, I put things
that's
clear
not saving
before.
your company. That's shooting your company in the foot. Like these players are your company. You've made an investment.
No, they're not. No, this is okay.
Right. I'm sorry.
Are you seriously going? Because you're getting out of the picture, and to be honest, I don't think we're going anywhere here. I came here because Zori invited me to have some questions, but if you're going to attack me with this, it's just nonsense, okay? And I don't have time for that. I'll answer questions that you want, and you can approach them. I mean, you can ask them clearly. I'll be willing to do it.
I'll unmute and moderate. Let's pause. Let's everybody deep breath, and let's reset a second here. Let's take a totally different angle here because I have a question that is related but a little further down the timeline. Talk to us about the original post in between the semifinals and the finals of MLG Columbus.
Okay.
Right.
Going to the point where it's pretty the thing is, the project is big. Okay, that's the first thing. The project is not just about Dota 2 or just about games, by the way. It's not just that. It's more than that. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we was trying to pretty much take advantage of everything. And I spoke, and the players can tell themselves if they want to or not. I told them in the very early morning, talk to Adam from MLG and take your money straight from him. That's what I told them. Because I knew the intentions from where, okay? First of all, it's not just about the Dota 2 team going to China. He agreed that we were going to receive a whole other players. That's why we had the 2 gaming houses, one in US, one in China, okay? Mm-hmm. So in order to get people to be in China, you need to follow the proper regulations because everything in China is different, okay? I even posted there are many links that people can take a look at. When you will receive any money, any income in China, okay, you must be on the working visa unless you're a diplomat. I worked before as a diplomat, and that's a whole different case. Okay. It's a whole different level. So China is very strict about it, and they changed the policy even further. Mostly, I mean, it's aiming expats. It's aiming people who is not Chinese there, Okay, so we didn't want to have any kind of issue on that, and I talked to him way earlier than the players going to Korea or the players going to MLG or whatever. We've been through this talk a lot. Like, we need this to be properly done, because in US we're doing it. We have people who will come here in just a couple of weeks and even next month, and we're doing the right paperwork for them for the US, because even in US, I mean, when you are a tourist, are you allowed to work? No, right? You have to get the proper documentation. You need to get your social security or whatever. You need to get the proper things to work and be legal. Okay. We didn't want to do anything illegal or do anything behind the table. I'm being clear on this, because his main idea was to get people on the L visa, and even players were suspicious, but they were taking it with me when our contact with those teams who agreed upon at the front was where on his ending. And I regret. I told him I regret. I chose you to do this because we had the other guy who's in Beijing, who was willing to do, and he has, he's pretty much stable, and we have a meeting with him next week, another guy. Where everything will be sorted and things will keep going. Okay, that's the big issue. As in China, you cannot be trying to skip the law, because if you do it, you will get punished. It includes deportation, it includes fine, and even jail. And it's right there. All people can take a look if they want to. And we weren't going to do that. Okay, we had no idea until now. He has no idea that, example, when the players arrive or when people arrive, if you are a foreigner just visiting, as soon as you arrive in China, if you're staying more than, let me see, I think it's 24 or 72 hours, you must register in the local police station.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. This is China, and that's the rules. Okay.
Okay, but what I was getting at is that why would you post that in between the semis and finals? Like, there was a line in the thing.
That was actually wrong from us. Was a bad editing. It was a very bad editing. Also, the time issue, because we're in different time zones. That was actually our big mistake. We won't say anything else. That's a big mistake from our part. We shouldn't do it. Even they was telling just wait, we don't really have much time, so it was our main fault. So nothing to say there.
So it was unintentional to make a post like that, saying that players' contracts were dumped like a few hours before they were going to play in the finals of the biggest tournaments of their lives. You're saying that was just a total mistake, and that
was a total mistake, and players knew this before the game. Before Sigma, it was, I think, for them 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning. When we sent them a message, and they knew this way before the match. So the timing was wrong, and we didn't edit it. We didn't, even as in the end of the article, it wasn't edited.
Right. Okay, fair enough. You admitting a mistake, I can level with that, my man. Talk to me about releasing the players' contracts. I've heard through the grapevine that was not approved by the players ahead of time. Would you care to comment on that?
This was exactly way before the issue with Where, because we could sense then Where was trying to. There is a big project behind this who's backing up in China. We're supposed to get a huge deal. We're not talking about a few $1,000s, or it was a big thing going on, and he was trying to get that on his name, he was trying to get property of that. Like, he was the one behind everything, when it was not true. When we knew this, we had to be prepared, and that's why I spoke with the other investors, and I say, I think something fishy is going on right now with him, and they say, then do it, make it online so people kind of know what's happening, because we didn't want this to be going in the bags, and then we find the time and oops, there's nothing you can do. You didn't do anything at time, and now there's nothing else you can do.
So okay, I'm with that, but why didn't you ask the players permission or give them some sort of a heads up that they're... I remember there's a specific time where Singh was streaming, and that look on his face of just, why is my contract on the internet? I mean, isn't that... You were talking about respect. Isn't that sort of just basic respect of to the players whose contracts they assumed would be at least semi-confidential? If the roles were reversed and the players just posted their contracts without the permission of management, would you be upset? No,
I agree. They have all the rights to be upset, and we didn't deny that.
Okay.
Didn't deny, but something that people say that we say that something that, oh, there's nothing else you can do, and may not, that's a lie. Even there was a comment, Kyle was talking to them saying, we're sorry, this was our bad. You were right, we shouldn't do it with us asking your permission. Also timing and time schedule, we pretty much forgot about it. That's the truth. You even can't be an excuse, but we apologize to them. We say, that's right, you're right, we did wrong. Okay. They know that. Players, they can admit or deny. Right. It's up to them. You know?
I didn't know that. I don't know about the players, but I'm just trying to sort through some of the array of things that have been coming
right
about?
right after, because I come late and I check the history of the chats, time to time, and there was posted that he say clearly, "We're sorry, you were right. It was." Well, he asked, but is there anything very bad about it? He was asking to them, and they didn't say anything else. Awi was the only one complaining, by the way. As I say, so he apologized on behalf of everyone. He said, "Yeah, it's all bad. It was our mistake. We shouldn't not do it without asking him."
Okay.
He's there. Players can take a look. It's in the chat history, I guess, and I mean on their ending, and they can check.
Okay. So where does that leave us now? What is your role with Speed? Are you still who's doing what? And Charlie, I guess I can ask you about this as well. What is Charlie's role? What is your role? What is the role of where? Who's doing what? Where does the organization of Speed stand? Is the team still Speed, or are they someone else? Where are we for people that have been having trouble
Charlie
following?
is a friend of the guys. Charlie is a very good friend of them. And I don't know from this point ahead what he's going to be, their manager, whatever. It's none of our business. Okay, team is already pretty much leaving. We know that. So whatever Charlie does with them is their own business, nothing to do with us. Okay, and that's it. Now Rattlesnake will continue with their own plans, and they will keep whatever they do. That's also none of our business. The only thing is we're not any longer working with that organization or with those two investors especially. That's it. That's the only thing about this. I mean, the whole drama going on right now is that we're not working with those guys again. That's it. We just cut the deal, and that's it. We even offered them. It's right there. We offered them the return of their investment.
Wait, and when you say those guys, who are those guys?
The two from Rattlesnake.
Okay.
Paul and Ware. They're two. They're two from. I cannot disclose the rest of the people, but pretty much those who are in exposure, they're the ones.
Do you own is Speed registered under your name? Do you own that company?
Actually, I do. And you can do your digging if you want to. You can be 100% sure about that.
Okay. I guess that's interesting. I mean, at this point, what's true? I guess we'll have to do some. I mean, we'll have to do some digging later because Weir said that Speed was registered under his name. So I guess we'll see.
Go ahead. I mean, Ware can say or do whatever he wants, and he even threatened me. He said he will send some legal letters to my company because he knows my company pretty much. And I have no issues. He's more than I even invite him to come to Beijing. I said we're going to be in Shangri-La Hotel. I give him the address. He's free to come and meet us. We have no issue. He can bring his lawyer.
Do you plan on working on in esports?
Everything is still going ahead. Yes, unless you have an issue. Do you have any issue with us working? Does it affect you? No. Let me ask you. Does the thing that we are allowed that we're supporting other teams and everyone else affecting anyhow?
I mean, I think that's irrelevant whether it affects us because I think it will affect other people. And I think after this, I don't know how.
My question is, how will this affect other people? How?
Well, I mean, I
think it hurts your credibility a little bit.
Right, and I think
right now, as I say, the project is damaged already. It's already damaged.
Right. And I think if I have to be, if I have to be frank, no disrespect intended. I mean, I think that you've shown, I guess, incompetence in doing business and in managing a team and managing a brand, and so I think. I don't think very many people would.
Actually, you're wrong about it because it's interesting that we got them so many emails about their teams trying to work with us, and we're actually announcing soon who's going to be the replacement of Speed Gaming, who's not going to stay with Rattlesnake or whatever. So I will have to point you wrong there because there's still people who still want to work, and even for less than what we were offering, less than what the deal was on the Chinese part. Okay. So there's still people who want to get opportunity, and I say this very clearly. I'm not here to get any personal gain, even investment money, and even with Ware, I lost, let me see, $8,000 to $9,000 already, US dollars. And even that, we're still offering him what he invested back. So we're not stealing anybody money. We're not cheating anyone. We're not doing anything wrong. The only thing we did and we're doing is to not getting a scam. We're not gonna be the ones. We're not trying to be the victims of something that we might regret later on.
Okay, then let's let you clear up some more things.
Okay.
So the players had told me that when they asked to talk to Weir, you had said that you shouldn't reach out to Weir. Weir doesn't speak English.
What?
But
I
Yeah,
will
that's
happy
what they.
if they can post this, if they can have something that I say like that will be amazing, because when even
Well.
Eternal
At this
Envy
point,
asked me,
at
"How can
this.
I talk to where?" And I told him by QQ. Does he speak English? Yes, also, and he's not perfect, but he can speak
Well, at
English.
this point, I think at this point, the burden of proof is on you.
Okay.
I think everybody listening, everybody here, would believe the word of the players.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They have a big fan base, and people is free to believe and think whatever they want. It's a free world.
So you're telling me that Eternal Envy and Aoi 2000 lied to me?
I will say they have to learn a lot in life.
That's not answering the question. Are you saying that Eternal Envy and Aoi 2000 lied to me?
I'll say that. Yeah, they pretty much lied to you and many people, because they're trying to get words out of where they are not. Example: yesterday, something funny. Somebody talked to me and say this is funny because Eternal Envy was asking on some group like if we paid people their prize money from the tournaments, and we were just laughing. I mean, I don't know what that has to do with one thing, and I mean, I know the kids are upset. I know they're upset, and I know they want to pretty much win everything they want to, and it's fine. I mean, we pretty much don't care. We keep doing what we were planning. Things are still going. We already have people who is willing still to be with us. I don't know how this can affect you or other people. Even they think we're incompetent. At the end, it's their own choice. People can choose to work with us or not work with us. It's that people can get support or not. I mean, you have to be honest. I mean, it's better be getting some support and help than not getting anything. And most people realize that. We're not saying because we're not taking advantage here. We're not taking. Did we took any advantage of everything? Can you give me a summary? What we gain from all this?
I mean, I think you. If I were to go ahead and give my impression, I think you tried to gain something from this. I think if this had gone on further, and I think if the players had never gotten in contact with Weir, or if the players were, I guess, less or more trustworthy than they were, I think they could have gotten in a lot of problems, and I think you guys would have gained a lot from this. I mean, if they had never demanded their salaries, they would have never gotten them.
That's already there. I mean, if you're going for salaries, everything is already there. You can take a look, and I can even show you personally if you want to. We haven't kept any money. Even though I was being attacked saying I was keeping the prize money when the prize money was already by the same people who send the money, asking their money back. It's on PayPal. So, dude, I mean, let's get things clear here. We're not here to get money. We already invested. We lost money, and we don't care about.
You lost money because you got your shit called out on. And,
oh, really?
I mean, I have other instances of where you've tried to gain money that you didn't really deserve, like in Korea, where the receipt reimbursements were given. We were supposed to be given a stipend for food, and they were supposed to be for the players. And when we went out on our own, when we went out to eat, it was always me or Curtis that paid for that paid for speed.
I pay you back in cash. Listen. Let me put this clear. When you went to pay or something.
Let me finish. And so when we gathered all the receipts back, and we gave them to Juani, the OGN liaison who was supposed to reimburse us. He reimbursed us, but you were never with us, so you only paid for your own food, your own whatever. And then he said that when you came back on the last day, you had a pretty thick stack of receipts that you tried to get reimbursed from Juani.
What?
I mean,
okay.
are you calling Juani a liar now as well?
No, I'm not calling anyone liars here. When the money I gave you back, so I mean,
I'm not talking about the.
I don't want to talk about it because this is very funny. You think I will care about what $100, $50? Are you serious about it? Just think to yourself for a minute. For $50, $100, you think I will lower myself for $100? Think to yourself.
At this point, I mean, I don't really know.
I'm not. I mean, you're out of the line. And just think clear. If I would really care about $150, that's just no sense. Okay, it's just nonsense.
I think it was more than 100. I think it was a good deal more than $150.
Oh, for God's sake! Yeah, because every meal in Korea costs over $100, right?
Right, but it was over.
How much do you spend when you went out to Korea for a lunch? How much?
But it was
tell me how much. Tell me how much you spent when you went out for lunch.
I think that's incredibly irrelevant.
No, but you're exactly. That's my point. You're talking irrelevant things that doesn't even make sense, dude. I won't care about
This,
$50 or
this
$100.
does make sense because my point is that you tried to get receipts reimbursed that you weren't entitled to, and you. I mean, so that I mean that I'm calling into question your character here.
Which receipts I was trying to get reimbursed for, huh?
The receipts from Korea where you spent getting food, breakfast at the hotel.
Ask Honey which receipts were there and ask him about which one and how much was that, okay? First talk to him before getting your own clues.
I already talked to Juani. He told me at the last day, he pulled me aside and he asked me, hey, do you know this Mark guy? And then I said no, and then he told me the story of how you tried to get your receipts reimbursed that you weren't entitled to. And right. and how that when Aoi talked to Juani, here's another thing. When we had that meeting with Juani about receipts, right?
Okay.
About how we were going to do the reimbursements.
Okay.
I told my players about how we were going to do it. I told them to save their receipts, but I guess you never told your players. So Aoi asked me how they were getting their receipts reimbursed, and I said, "Oh, just save your receipts and give them to Juani at the end."
That was exactly what you said when we were there.
Right. And I said, if you have any questions, you can ask Juani. And so he did ask. So he did ask Juani.
Yes.
And then he said that when you found out that he talked to Juani, and then that you got really mad at Kurt. He said, Kurt said that you shouldn't be talking to Juani. You should only be talking to me. Juani got really mad because you talked to him. But this wasn't the case at all.
Juani talked to me and he said, please, can you please deal this with your players? They're coming to me, asking me things, and we just should deal with you. Can you please tell them that? And that's the only thing I told him. And you can ask Juani, dude. I have nothing else to say about that because that's Korea. And to be honest, what you're saying about $20, $50, that doesn't make sense because that's something I won't be bothering about it. And if you need the money, I can make you a PayPal transaction if you want to, because this is just a joke. Okay, this is that. Okay, and when you talk to me, like putting my shit together, that's not the way I'm not treating to you. I'm not talking to you that way. So, and I say very clearly, you will respect me if you want me to respect you. And this is going live. People is listening. And seriously, I just don't have time for this thing. Okay, I came here to answer questions regarding what's the project status, and that's it. Now, you want to get words of my mouth and everything, that's up to you. Okay.
How about we have to wrap semi soon here within the next 10 minutes or so, so we're getting near the end. Regardless, I see some people asking about Speed and G League. Do you care to comment on the team's performance or attendance?
Okay. Regarding to the G League, in any point at any moment, I was trying to avoid them to go to Korea or than such thing. The only thing I spoke to G League is about where status, what was happening, and that's it. I was talking only about where, nothing to do with the players, because in any point I will dare to damage or hurt anything regarding their projects in China, because for me China is the land of opportunities when it comes to gaming. Okay, so at any point, I even it's not very clear what G League says. You can pretty much find the person and ask him directly if I ever done that or talk to them or say don't accept these guys for coming to China.
That's just it. If I can paraphrase, that's basically just made up drama. There was never anything with you telling G League not to accept the team.
No, never, ever. You can put it that way.
Okay. All right. So Charlie, if there's anything clear and concise that you want to clear up, we've got a few minutes left. Give you this opportunity, then we'll give Mark the opportunity to make the last word.
Clear and concise. I mean,
maybe a couple yes or no questions would be satisfactory, if possible.
I mean, at this point, I think it's.
No, I'm still willing to answer. If you're educated enough, and I'm willing. I don't have an issue, but you have to be in the same context, okay? Don't just mix things with something that even makes sense.
All right. Did you book the flights for Sing Sing and Pai Dai?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And you want to ask me on whom and with whom? Then that will be better.
No,
Where asked me to send the money to his friend who was going to do it because he didn't have the money, and I borrowed him the money. That's why I even say clearly that even he owes me money.
Okay, but you booked. I mean,
no. So I didn't. I pay for the person to book it for them. That's the way. I pay the money for it. That's the only thing.
Okay, but you didn't.
And when I heard they were under trouble and everything, they were posting online. I was wondering why they didn't send me an email or something so I could try to do something. I contacted back to the person who booked for them because it was worst friend, and he said, "Oh, they were." He pretty much told me this is what he said. I don't know that they missed the flight they're supposed to take, and what else he said? They could get something like a first class or business class upgrade and everything, but had no clue until they were already in MLG. Okay, so if you want to ask that, you can talk about where you can talk to him directly about the flights, because even in the chat logs you can see that I posted with him. I was telling him these days earlier, way earlier, even weeks earlier, about the flight to MLG. I said they need to go there, so they need a flight book and they need to hotel. Better if you can have it as a package. And at the last minute he said, "Can you do it? Borrow me the money to do." I was like, okay, and then he said, "We'll pay back everything in China, and I'll reimburse in China. I will even pay because there is some money aside of the project." It's just okay. It doesn't make sense. So if you want to blame on me
for
something
who did book the flights? Who actually chose those specific flights?
It was a person who asked me to send the money. I don't know if his friend, relative, whatever. He just said, "Send this money to this person, and he will do it."
Aren't you the CEO though? Isn't this something that you should be taking care of?
Okay, one more time. Let me explain this to you. Okay, the best deal we're supposed to be doing, and that's why we're not working with them, is they're supposed to put all the money into a fixed account. Okay, and every month this money is supposed to be going out regarding to the HR or even the finances. They were the ones who are supposed to be taking of this. I didn't supposed to be even doing it. This is the only special case with the other two squad we have, because we had a deal that in China this December, along with the other deal we're going to sign, he was going to put the whole money, but he didn't do it. That's why I even lent him money. I borrowed him money. He owns us money. That's why I said I lost like 8,000-9,000 with him. And even that, we don't care. We just want to give whatever he gave, because what he gave, discounting the salaries, playing everything, is less than 10,000. It's a joke. Okay, so
right, okay, and so you never tried to get the players disqualified from G League, right?
At any point. What will I try to do that?
Really? You never talked to Ace about getting a new lineup for Speed, right?
Nope.
Right?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay, well. I have a chat log here that says otherwise.
Okay, I have Ace right here.
Okay. And you never tried to get a new roster for MLG, correct?
No, for MLG, no. Then let me put it this way. Okay, no. With MLG, when the drama, when the players were trying to leave. And this was before everything. And when they were trying to leave, we were trying to get a new roster as soon as possible, because we need to fulfill that space.
But that was the same time as Ace League. So you're saying that you
Ace League? Are you serious? At that point, Ace League qualifiers wasn't even announced. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. What I'm saying is that the drama occurred. Right? And so the drama occurred, and you wanted, and the players said that they didn't want to go to China, and so
they were asking me to release them. Yes.
So you tried to get a new roster for MLG, right?
Of course, for everything, not just MLG, for everything. If the team is starting to leave,
including Ace, so you tried to get a new roster for Ace as well.
You know what's Ace, by the way?
Okay, but you tried to get a new roster.
Do you have any clue what is Ace before saying anything?
Yes, I know what Ace is.
Okay, can you please explain people who is Ace?
Yes, it's the Chinese esports league and organization and governing body that governs all the tournaments and the team organizations in China.
Exactly. Okay. Now, what will I try to get a new team? Because the current team is leaving. Correct. We need to fulfill the space. Right. And this is with Ace, not about the G League.
Okay, just for the sake of time, can you give me yes or no answers?
About what?
Okay, did you try and get a new roster for Ace League?
No, not for Ace League.
Did you try and get a new roster for MLG?
Yes, when the team was disbanding, yes.
Okay, so the team was Okay, so why would you not try and get a new roster for Ace?
The new roster that replaced the team, replaced everything. not just one tournament. They replace everything. You get that? When the team is disbanding, when they're leaving, you will get a new team. That team will pretty much represent you, what you're doing and everything, and they will compete in the tournament. Yes or no?
Okay,
Right?
this is like.
I mean, it's just we're talking about nonsense things. Yes, when the team was trying to leave, they were pretty much asking me to release them, which we say, okay, if they're leaving, then we need to get a new team.
All right.
For everything, not just for Ace, not just for G League, for everything in general. That's when they were trying to leave. This is before. We're talking about a month ago, more than a month ago, I think.
All right.
It's
All
more.
right.
Yeah, let me actually.
All
It's
right.
more than a month.
I'm done. I'm just going to put this in chat log. All right. I'm just putting that in chat log. Somebody format that for me.
What?
Just here. I'll paste it again. Somebody format that shit for me. Like you're. I'm done.
Wow. So that was exciting. I'm really sad that we have to cut today's episode short because we had a whole lot of other stuff to cover. But I absolutely have to get the BTS stream set up. Sour timing indeed. As excited as I am to cast Star Ladder, I'm sad we have to cut this one short. Mark, in true fashion here, we'll give you last word. Anything you want to say, shout outs, the floor is yours here for the next minute or so.
Who are you talking to? Me?
Yes, you.
No, nobody actually. Just the sponsors, because they're actually very understandable on this situation. We already spoke with them. We're keeping the sponsors. Same as the new investors who are going to take over. And soon we're going to be announcing the new roster. It's just that things continue going.
Okay.
People can say whatever they want. They can pause, blah, blah, do other thing. But things will keep going.
Okay.
And that's it. Okay,
right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being here, Mark. We really appreciate it. I know you're busy, and this was not the easiest of conversations. So we do certainly applaud your efforts to come out into the limelight, and I do thank you for it, my friend. So, wow, guys, episode 15. Mark that down in your journals, because cheese and crackers. We're going to have a good one coming up on Friday. We are going to have a member of Speed Gaming on to talk about MLG, the winners. Hopefully Sing Sing, Eternal Envy, maybe both. Let us know what you guys want to hear, what you want to see, what you want to hear from the players. And Friday's episode is going to be another good one. Hope you all have a good Thanksgiving. It is tomorrow for those of you in the States. Chris, I hope you're still alive. We didn't hear from you at all this episode. Anything you want to add, buddy, since I think you got about one sentence in, which was hi.
No, I think I'll talk about MLG on Friday, and we're talking about it anyway.
Okay, perfect. Charlie, any final thoughts here you want to add?
Nope, I'm good.
Good, you got that all off your chest. All right, awesome. So, wow, that's a lot to process, guys. We're gonna post the VOD, like I said. I gotta digest this. I'm gonna cast here on BTS coming up, and then we'll go from there. I see everyone in chat trying to decipher the log that you posted. So the VOD is going to be uploading here momentarily, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you do follow us at the Dota Radio. The portal is dotaradio.com/morning show. And of course, you can always email into us, morningshow@dotaradio.com. I forgot to update the date. It's the 27th, not the 20th. But until next time, guys, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other. We'll see you Friday for episode 16 of the Dota Radio Morning Show.